Hello and welcome for this morning. I'm Cecilia Mogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
We get started with the beach soccer. It's few hours to the commencement of the 9th edition of the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. And for Super Sand Eagles, they're ready for the Italian test.
Well, we'll find out how ready they are when they face Italy later today. Tonight, Italian tests are always very difficult, very tough, and there's a gulf in class between those two countries. If we're being very honest, Italy number 4 in the world and Nigeria number 24. So they have their work cut out. Yeah.
Okay. And of course for Rivers United, well, we spoke to the media officer Sam the other time, and he says they will be ready for any opponents that will be coming their way. But this group, is it a group of death or not? They're having Club African, and also they're having KCAA of Uganda.
Correct.
And also another big team in that group.
There is also FUS, that's Fourth Union Sports of Morocco. So personally, I don't like the phrase group of death, so I'll just say it's a very tough group.
And that's why there's a question mark.
Yeah, it's a very tough one, and tough, tricky, however you want to call it. They have to be on their, on their best game to have a chance of leaving this group. Okay, let's move on now. Let's talk tennis. And after 15 months out, serving a drugs ban, Maria Sharapova returned to tennis with a straight sets win over Roberta Vinci in the first round of the Stuttgart Open. Cecilia discussed a lot of controversy, but I think we should all forget about that now. She's back with a win, and everyone complaining about Sharapova getting a wild card. She just let it go now. I mean, that's in the past now. She's back. They can't do anything about it. And she was very, very nervous, to start the
first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
she got 15 minutes to win her first game.
Yeah, but you have to understand she's been out for a very long time, and she needed a few minutes to get her rhythm back. And once she found her rhythm, there was no stopping Maria Sharapova. That was against Roberta Vinci, and it was a straight sets win for her. She's through to the second round, Cecilia, and it's good to see her back. I mean, she's a very popular tennis player. I mean, she's won multiple majors. Actually, she's won this particular tournament 3 times as well too, and you can understand why the support for her was massive.
I think it was a bit missed sometimes some were booing her, others, applause and all. But then for Maria Sharapova, you can't take anything away from her. For her, you talked about the fact that she started very slowly.
Yes.
15 minutes for her to win her first game, but gradually she improved her service and she started attacking Vinci's from her position. Of course, she clinched the first set after 1 hour, and that was 7-6. And the second set, where then she has already used herself into the game, and she won that one easily, 6-3. I think Maria Sharapova, in her next game against Ekaterina Makarova, another Russian, she would have found her feet. Maybe that would be an easy one for her. So for 34-year-old Vinci, who was saying that Sharapova shouldn't have gotten the white card, she doesn't have anything against her, but she's just thinking WTA were not being fair, giving her that white card. Now she has done the business on court. That's what you need to do. Just keep quiet, let them do the talking, and you do your job on court.
Yeah, I mean, what WTA? I mean, the individual tournaments decided to give Maria Sharapova this wild cards because of who she is. Okay, she's not an ordinary tennis player. Multiple major winners, and won this tournament a few times as well. So yeah, that's in the past now. She's back. That's what really matters, Maria Sharapova. And after this particular match, she was grilled by the press. Let's get to listening to some very interesting, exchanges between Maria Sharapova and the press.
Well, I'm being offered wild cards from the tournament directors, and I'm accepting them to be able to compete in the draw. I'm coming with no ranking, and I'm not getting a wild card to receive a trophy or a golden platter. I have to get through the matches, and I still have to win them, and that's my job. I can't control what people say. The only thing I can control is what I do out there. Those are my words. I've always preferred to walk the walk, and I've done that by winning 5 Grand Slams and being #1 in the world. I love being in situations where I had to figure out a way how to get through it and how to win. I think that's one of the things that the sport teaches you from a young age, is it puts you in certain positions where you have to adjust, or you have to keep your focus, or you have to keep playing the same way. You have to know what you did right to get there. Or if you're down, you have to turn it around as quickly as possible. So I miss it's a jigsaw puzzle, and I miss that feeling. I think I'd be prepared to play in the juniors if I had to. I think everyone in this room knows what a competitor I am, and I don't take anything for granted. And if I get the opportunity to be in a draw, then I will take it. I've trained quite intensively since January. It's been in different phases. It started quite physical. I spent a lot of time on the track and in the gym, and then it moved on to the court. And then I started playing matches in the last few weeks. So it's kind of been a transition. And in that time frame, you have to pace yourself and really understand what you need in that moment and kind of build your body and see where it is. Because after a while, when you don't play, I also took a few months off last year, and I didn't play tennis at all for a few months. It's a process, and of course you want to have that transition and a smooth transition, but it's nothing like training, going out there today. And but yeah, I was definitely rusty. I definitely made a few return on forced errors. I could name a lot of things, but overall I got through it, and that's the process that I look forward to getting through. It's not my job to think whether it's personal or not. It's not what matters. Words and quotes and articles is not what matters in life, and I've learned that very well in the past year. So, there will be articles after a match, there'll be articles after I win a match, after I lose a match, after what somebody says. They go away. It's a news cycle, and they go away, and that's not life. When I'm home, it's like nothing. I know that it's a big deal, and I'm coming back, and there's 200 credentials given at this event, and it's, I'm coming back, and there's all this news around it. But at the end of the day, that's what matters on the court, and that's why I'm here. And as far as Serena's pregnancy, I think that's one of the greatest gifts that a woman can receive in life. And it's really a blessing. It's a beautiful chapter in her life.
Maria Sharapova definitely had a lot to say after I returned to competitive tennis, and she'll get to play Ekaterina Makarova in the second round of the Stuttgart Open. And Cecilia, she said it, she's got the wild card, but it doesn't mean she's getting a trophy for returning. Exactly. She still has to play her way through the rounds and, even if possible, get to the final. So, let's just let it go.
The likes of Eugenia Boucher saying that, she's a cheater, she shouldn't have played again. But then she said if she wasn't given a wild card,
that's very harsh.
That's really harsh. She would have even started from the junior tournament to be the ranking. She doesn't have any ranking. So obviously the white card is just because of who she is and the fact that what happened, towards the doping issue and all that. But then and later they said, okay, it was a mistake, misunderstanding, all that. It was just a new drug added. I think Eugenia Boucher should.
Everyone has got a right to their opinion, Cecilia. First of all, she was negligent. That was a crime, being negligent, and she served the time, and she's back. And
give her a break.
Yeah.
So she's some slack,
right? And for her, she's been out for such a long time. She needs to play in this tournament to get ready for the French Open.
Yeah. I think that decision will soon be made. We'll see if she's going to get a wild card to the French Open. She'll have to play through qualifiers.
She's a big draw, big ticket. So I won't be surprised if she gets a wild card to Roland Garros. Okay, let's talk still tennis now, but this time this guy has been he's been on fire really. Rafael Nadal, world number 5, and he's trying to win his 10th Barcelona Open title, and he began that quest with a 6-1, 6-2 win over Rogerio Silva. That was in the second round. And Cecilia, no surprises at all. When you're playing on a court that has been named after you, it's only right to go out there and it's only right to go out there and give a
smiling at all, just clinical
display. Yeah, it made very light work of Silva, 6-1, 6-2, and he's through to the third round where he's going to take on South Africa's Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, and that's going to be Kevin Anderson will obviously be ready for Rafael Nadal because he got into this game, and after the tape there was actually nothing. Remember in 2013 both of them actually met at the US Open. Nadal also won in straight sets, and this one is also another easy ride for him. And you mentioned the fact that he'll be facing Kevin Anderson. I think Kevin Anderson will have to be at his very best to even take a set or even a game of Rafael Nadal, because he is just being awesome. Yeah,
Kevin Anderson is capable of producing upsets. We've seen that in the past. We saw that in the first round as well too. So I won't put it beyond him. But Nadal is in such great form at this point of his career, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to stop Nadal at the Barcelona Open. So for me, I expect Nadal to go through and go through all the way to the final, as a matter of fact, and win his 10th Barcelona Open title. Cecilia, every time Nadal steps on the court, it's all about solidifying his status as the greatest of all time on clay courts.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Feliciano Lopez won his game against Albert Martinez 6-2, 6-2, and that's the opponent that Andy Murray will be facing. Andy Murray did not play his second round match because Bernard Tomic withdrew. He withdrew because he wasn't feeling too well. So he had a lower back injury, and so Andy Murray will just walk straight to the third round without having playing any game in his second round and facing Lopez, who won a clinical match 6-2, 6-2, very, very convincing.
All these guys are very good on clay. Lopez is very good on clay as well. So for Andy Murray, I'm not sure whether it's good news that he actually didn't get to play against Bernard Tomic because he needs games. He's trying to shake off the rust and get in rhythm for
the French Open.
Exactly. So for him to be missing games, not his fault obviously, because Tomic withdrew, and well, we'll see when he takes on Feliciano Lopez. That's a very tricky one, and
very, very tricky.
We've seen Murray get knocked out, by unfancied opponents on the ATP Tour this year. So that's about it for the Barcelona Open.